Wonder Woman number 46. James Robinson and Stephen Segovia is on the art. This is sort of a new arc, and what's interesting about this one, I think, in comparison to the rest of the Rebirth, is that this is actually going back to stuff that Rucka was doing. This is going back to Kale and Cheetah.
Oh God, he's not tainting the legacy of
and
that
introducing dark gods into it.
It is a little bit. It's tainting a scotch.
Don't. He's doing the dark god stuff, the dark pantheon.
Yeah.
Oh damn it! I was hoping that was coming after.
I don't remember if it was somebody on Twitter or someone in the thread, but someone had made mention that at the end of Metal, all of those teases, each writer had So like Venditti gave them the Dark Star.
Yeah, I get. They all pitched in for that.
Yeah, but I was hoping that it was teasing something that was coming after Robinson because I like the sound of that.
This one I got excited because Cheetah's back. We all know I
thought the Cheetah scenes were pretty good. To be fair, the Cheetah scenes themselves were good.
It doesn't feel the same.
It doesn't feel the same. Like I think
because of Rucka.
I don't think it's that bad though. I think the thing about this issue is it's easily the best issue it's had in a while, and I think it feels like a lesser version of Rucka's run, which is the biggest problem it has, but it is mostly enjoyable because it's like, Cheetah's been captured by Kale, she's in the lab, and then it becomes this sort of action scene and she's sort of like coming up the building for her, she's going through her security, she's going up the elevator shaft, and she finally gets there, and then Wonder Woman shows up. All of that worked well enough, not as good as Rucka by any means, not even a close, but it worked well enough as an action scene. Cheetah had presence, I was liking that stuff, art was good, so...
Katega's back. Or Katanga, whatever his name was.
Yeah, she's referencing that. That's all good. And then Steve sets up the overall stuff that's going on where people all over the planet are being affected. They think their gods are dead because the dark gods are influencing them, so it's making them go all crazy. Which sets up the cliffhanger where Supergirl shows up and punches Wonder Woman and says, Rao is dead and it's your fault, and so she's been controlled as well.
That's something that should excite me. Right?
It's a fun final page. I think it works well enough on its own. Of course, where it falls down completely is the 4 pages about 2/3 through where it cuts to Jason's plot. Because I was getting really hopeful. We got halfway through this issue and I was like, oh, maybe there's no Jason in this one. Maybe he's skipping this arc.
Besides the obvious problems with Jason, I feel like we never get to see him do cool stuff. We always come in right after he's done the cool stuff. I want to see him fight a legion of Cobra soldiers.
There's truth to that.
I don't.
No, but show me.
I want to see him lose to a legion of soldiers.
No, prove me wrong, Robinson, about why he sucks. Show me, oh no. And then he comes out and admits, oh, I can only use one power at a time, and I don't quite understand it. And it's well, I feel like Robinson doesn't have a take on this character that he basically created.
That's the Peter Petrelli thing in Heroes when they were like, oh, he's getting too powerful, let's nerf him. Only one power at a time.
But you can do that. There's a Legion superhero, Ultraman, Ultra Boy. That's his power. He can access multiple superpowers, but only one at a time. So with his Legion flight ring, he can fly and be strong, or this, that, and the other. There's a way to do it, but again, when you're just telling me he took out these Cobra guys to save his dad, who for some reason isn't dead, which Glaucus, who is immortal,
Yeah, I don't care about any of this. I had a decent amount of fun with the Kale and Cheetah stuff. It does suffer from being okay, this was way better written when Rucka was doing it. But it's fine. Cheetah has presence, and I kind of like the cliffhanger with Supergirl.
See, I feel like I should have liked it, but then when I just
You're just worried about where it's going to go because this run's been such a...
If
I get that.
If this was the first Robinson issue, I'd be like, oh, hell yeah, what's going on?
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
Seeing what we just had, I'm very, don't drag Supergirl into this, please.
I know. I kind of have some of those worries as well. But I think on concept, and if I divorce myself from the rest of it, I like more of this issue than I dislike, which makes it easily the best issue of this run, and at least, that entire last arc was garbage, right? This is easily better than that entire last arc.
This was the first time So I don't want to say I was that positive on it, but that Grail issue where you see her with Baby Darkseid, and you had the art by Lupacino. I kept wanting to say Evely, but I was like, no, she hasn't been there for a while.
You're just projecting.
Yeah, wishful thinking there.
I think. But yeah. So I'm dropping this physically for sure because I'm running out of room to store issues. I might get it digitally, or I might just read it at the shop and put it back on the wall. I don't know.
Here's the odd thing. I don't want to sound too positive on this because I didn't like it that much, but like I definitely liked this the most than I have since the Silver Swan stuff. I am gonna peek in to see what happens with Supergirl, but I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna talk about it. If I'm going to critique the overall story, I do think we have to see more of other people going nuts because they think their gods are dead. Like this thing that's affecting everyone, because we hear it from Steve, but we don't really get to see much of it. It's just kind of heard about, and then Supergirl shows up at the end, and she's like, "Oh, Rau's dead, and I'm going to hurt you for it."
What would have been cool if that character was around was Shazam, because he's powered by 7 different gods.
Yeah,
and
something there.
Like that would have been super cool.
Something
or
there.
have Black Adam show up. That'd be cool too. But instead, we get this.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say 2/3 of the issue weren't bad.
Yeah.
They were fine. That's what
It's a ringing endorsement.
Hey, it's the best endorsement I've given it in a good 3 months. So
That's
you know, I'll take what I can get. And the end's in sight. I know when it's ending now, so I'm like, okay, lights at the end of the tunnel. I can see it.
But
coming.
then you got an Orlando arc to sit through.
But then prices are going up. So if this is $3.99, I'm
true.
not.
That said, though,
That's why I dropped it physically, anyways. So
the prices go up after he's done. So that's the one saving
It'll
grace.
be Orlando stuff, right?
Sorry?
The Orlando stuff will be $3.99.
Yeah, I'm talking about Robinson.
Yeah, but you're not really excited about
I
Orlando.
can justify that then. I took it off my poll list, but maybe I can still pick it up. Just I don't know. But then again, I have a space issue, so I don't man.